God. Ask God.
Hi, Scott. Thanks for taking my question. What do you do when, we all work really hard to promote our brand? We become brand registered. We pay a lot of money in advertisement. We get good product reviews. We get good metrics. We start getting ranked really well. And then Amazon encourages and even promotes other companies or sellers to sell your brand and list under your listing against your page. And a lot of times they can literally take over. I've seen with me specifically that they've actually taken over my complete detail page where it says, ships and sold by another company. It's not even me anymore. I'm on the backside page where you go in and click more choices available. How do you avoid that? I've contacted copyrights team. They have no answers for us. And I want to know what you guys are doing to combat against this. What are you guys doing? Because currently right now, I keep having other companies, sellers that are attaching themselves to my listings, and it's happening about once a week. And I have to, tell them to get off my listing or, send them my trademark information. And it's just quite exhausting. So tell me what you guys are currently doing to protect yourselves from this kind of thing. Thanks.
Hey, Tommy, thanks for the question. And oh, by the way, I knew your name because of the email that came through with the voicemail. So anyone leaving a question, please leave your name. Anyway, Tommy, good question. And honestly, I don't really have an honest answer that I could give you on this. I have some questions, I guess, that I would need to be a little bit more clear on. But I just wanted to answer it just to kind of put it out there as far as what my thoughts are. I find it hard to see how someone is able to sell under your brand, because how are they getting your product? Now, if you've done a good job of branding your product, if we're talking private label, if we're talking wholesale, we're at a whole different conversation here. But for anyone selling private label, unless you are just taking a standard, item and you're not rebranding it, if you're not trying to make it unique with an accessory, if you're just making it that easy for someone to do that, I don't know how that would be possible. Myself personally. Now, if someone's listening to this and they have some insights on this, please let me know and maybe we can do an update and share this. But I would see wholesale, that would be an issue, because now anyone can get that. I could see Amazon then saying like, hey, this is a good selling product, and going out and seeing other people that are selling related products and then trying to get those people to sell that product. But how is someone, if you're branding your own product and you're not making it available for wholesale? Now, if you're wholesaling that to other people, then yeah, I can see that happening as well, because now you're selling it to a wholesaler and then they're going to come back in and sell under your listing because you're the brand. So I guess, that's my questions. I find it hard to understand how that's happening to you. How are they able to get your inventory? Because your inventory is your inventory. You're the only one that can create and produce that inventory, because you're the private labeler. You're the manufacturer in this sense. Now, if someone was to go and take your product, put your name on it, okay, and then come up with, I guess it would have to be the same UPC code, then we've got a trademark infringement thing here, and we've got, an issue that, yes, now we've got someone that's literally copying your item, basically, verbatim, and then going ahead and just basically doing a counterfeit product. If that's the case, then yes, I can see that being an issue, but I can't see Amazon reaching out to these sellers saying like, we want you to sell this. So that's where I'm a little bit at a loss as far as to understand what that, what you're going through. But for people listening, this would be a lesson for you to say, when you do create a product, do your best to brand it. Always try to differentiate it. Okay. And also try to come up with some type of packaging, especially if you know that this product is popular and other people could come in and try to start selling that product. Come up with your own unique customized stuff. And again, I go back to Rich Kibble, who has done something similar to this. For those of you that don't know, he's one of our private label classroom students, but he's also been on the podcast where he took two products, merged them together, and then created one product. And the two products come from two different manufacturers, or at least they did. And now he's trying to find one that will manufacture the two together. But he makes it harder for them to be able, or for someone to go out there and actually copy the exact item because it's bundled together. So a little off on a tangent there on that part. But I guess my thing is it's really important that you, again, don't go after something that is just so popular that everyone else is trying to piggyback and just trying to make a counterfeit product of yours, of your exact product, and using your own UPC. Because the only way that I can see someone going under the UPC code of your listing, or the FNSQ or whatever, is if they are able to get your product, okay, with your brand on it and your UPC code. That's the only way I can see that someone can then take control of your listing. It's like if you're doing retail arbitrage and you're selling, a Mattel toy, well, you can go find that Mattel toy, the UPC code, punch in the information, and you can be a seller under that person's listing. I get that. I just don't understand how you are able to create your product, your branding, your trademark name, all of that stuff, and then have someone come in unless they're counterfeiting. And if they are counterfeiting, then that's something you have to take up with Amazon, and I really don't have an answer for that. But maybe someone that's listening would have some help on that, maybe can comment on this particular podcast, or maybe even just email me directly, and maybe we can do an update to this to obviously help in this area if it's an issue. All right. So sorry I couldn't give you an exact answer there, Tommy, but again, I think that you're doing the right thing by contacting Amazon. But like I said, if we're talking wholesaling, that's a whole nother ballgame. Or if we're talking about people counterfeiting, then yes, you have to go through those channels to go ahead and do that. And I don't think there's an easy solution to that.
If you guys want to submit a question, head over to theamazingseller.com/ask, and you can do that. I want to also, again, remind you guys, if you're brand new and this is your first time to the show, I want to welcome you. I love hanging out with you guys. This is just awesome to be able to virtually connect like this. And that's why I love the Ask Scott sessions. But if you are brand new and you're just getting your feet wet and you don't understand the entire process, the entire business model, I would recommend attending one of my live free workshops. This is where I break it down for you in 5 phases: how to pick a market and a product, how to source it, how to do a pre-launch, how to do a launch, how to promote the product, and everything in between. We go over that on a workshop, and we go through every single thing. We also do live Q&A. So if you want to attend one of them, I would love to invite you to the next one, and you can register for the next one by heading over to theamazingseller.com/workshop, and you can register there for an upcoming workshop. Well, hey there. Thank you so much for listening to that episode of Ask Scott. Now, that was just a highlight from one of our full episodes where I generally answer 3 to 4 questions on a podcast. If you want to go back and listen to all of the past archives of not just the Ask Scott session, but all of the full episodes where I do interviews with top Amazon sellers, people starting from scratch and building a business, if you want to listen to any of those episodes, head over to theamazingseller.com, and you can find all of that over there. You can also find details there on how you can ask your own question and get it aired on an upcoming Ask Scott session, and possibly see it here on YouTube or just on the podcast. All right, so definitely head over to theamazingseller.com. There's tons of resources over there for you to be able to build your e-commerce and Amazon business. So definitely go check that out. Now, I just wanted to remind you one thing before I let you go. There's a lot of information out there, and some of it is really, really good. What I want you to remember is you have to not just consume the information, you have to actually apply that information. So take this information that you learned here today and apply it to your business, and this way here you can get results. As my shirt says, I wear it almost daily. Take action. We'll see you guys.